In this video, we'll build the forgotten reset password functionality using all these languages and frameworks shown in this video. To complete the app, you need to build at least one backend and one frontend, so I provided some timestamps in the description of this video. So select your favorite backend and frontend frameworks there, then you will complete the app. Now let's build the functionality using Laravel. So this video will be based on one of my previous videos, Laravel API authentication using JWT tokens. I will provide the link here on YouTube on the top right corner. So if you want to know how to build a login, logout and register, you can check this video. If you want to jump straight to the forgotten reset password functionality, then go to this repository, copy the link, open the terminal and write git clone this repository, and let's open it with our IDE. So now I will open it with my IDE, PHP Storm, and this is the project that I just cloned right now. So the first thing here is we will open the terminal and we will do a composer install, because we need to install all the dependencies here because we just cloned the repository. Now we'll see a vendor folder, and here Laravel is installed. The next thing that we need to do is we need to have a database installed. I use my SQL, and here I'll connect with my local MySQL database. My user is root, my password is root, and I will create a database here. So here I'll create a new schema. I'll call it YouTube forgot, or I don't know, Laravel forgot. I will call it, type OK, and we have the database, an empty database here. So let's use this database now, and we need to create an env file because we have env.example here, but we need to create an env file. We can create it here manually, or we can do it like this. So we can run the command copy env.example to our env file. So we will create an env file which is exactly like this env.example, and here in the env file we have to put our connection, which is the DB host will be localhost, so I will put 127.0.0.1. so this is localhost, the port is correct, the database we just created it is YouTube Laravel forgot. Let me double check it. So that is the correct name. The username is root and the password is root. So these are my credentials. Your credentials could be different. So now with these credentials we can migrate. So we can run php artisan migrate, and we'll create these tables to our database. So we have migrations, personal access tokens, and the users table. So if you followed the previous video, we know how to log in and register using these tables. So we have an auth controller here where we do everything. And now we want to focus on resetting our password. So in order to do that functionality, we have to create another table. So to create another table, we'll create a new migration, and we will run in the terminal php artisan make migration create password resets table. So we will create this new migration. So this is a new migration that we just created, and we will add what we need here. So to create this table, we need the ID of the table. We need to add here a table string we need the email of the user that we want to change the password, and we need a token, so a string called token here, and that's it. So we can use timestamps here, but I will use only created that, so I will use timestamp created at, like this, and this will create a new table if we run php artisan migrate again, and this is running successfully. We will see a new table here, so if we refresh, we'll see password resets with all the fields that we added. So we need this table now to build the functionality, and let's build the functionality now. So the first thing that we need is to create a controller. So run the command php artisan make controller. I will call it the password controller. We created the controller. It is here. Let's go to the controller, and here we need to add two methods. One is when we send the email to send the reset link, and the other one is to handle the password change. So the first function, I'll call it forgot. It will have a request. And what do we want to do here? Here we want to get the email. So request, so first let's get a variable. Email is equal to request input email. So we want the email of the user that we want to reset the password, and then we want to generate a token. So the token is just a random string. So Laravel can help us generate a random string by calling str from Illuminate support random, and here we need the length of the string. I will put 12, so this will generate a 12 length random string. So don't forget also to import here Illuminate support str. So we got the two variables that we need to use now. Now what is left is to insert this into the database. So we created the password resets table. I won't create a model for that table. I will simply call db table password resets, and I will insert here. So I'll put an array inside, and we need to put here the email, which is this email from the input. We need to put the token, which is a token that we generated, and created at which I will put carbon now here. So this will get the current date here. So while I'm typing, don't forget that I automatically import the namespaces which are needed here. So keep that in mind once you write the code. So this will insert the values in the password resets, but this is not enough because we need also to send an email. So the user needs to get an email so they can navigate to a link where they can reset the password. So before we send the email, we need to install a software called Mailhog. So I will provide this link in the description of this video. This is a software that can fake us sending emails. So it is really simple. Here we have the installation in macOS, Ubuntu, and in other operating systems. So I already installed it, and to run Mailhog, simply run Mailhog like this, and we will have this information here. I'll copy this link here, and I'll open it on the browser. and we have access to this interface here. So here we will wait for emails that are coming from Laravel. So let's do it. First, we have to go to our env file and change the configuration here. So the mail host, it is mailhog here, but we should change it. And because we have here the binding to address, which is this one. So in the mail host here, we have to put 0.0.0.0 like this. The address is 1025, which currently is the correct one. And that's it. We need also to change the mail from address, so I'll call it admin@example.com, and we are finished with the configuration here. So now let's go to our password controller, and we simply send an email. So mail send, we need to provide a view, which I forgot. So let's go to resources, views, and we will create a new view here. I'll call it reset.blade.php, and in this file I will simply right click. I'll provide a link here to reset your password. So in the link here, I'll put an href, and the value here will be HTTP localhost port. This is changeable actually, because depends what frontend are you using. If you're using React, it should be 3000. If you're using Vue, is 8080, and if you're using Angular, is 4200. So depending on your favorite front-end framework, you can put the port that you need here. So I'll put 3000 here. So this is the port for React, and this will be reset, and this will be the token that will pass here. So this is a simple HTML template, but we pass a variable here. So we'll see how to pass this variable in the controller here. So let's go to the password controller, and when we send an email, we need to specify the view here, which is reset.blade.php, but we can simply write reset here, and it will know that this is this reset.blade file. Then we need to pass the data from the values here. So what data does this reset.blade need? It needs this token. So in this second array, we'll pass the token is this token, like this. Then we need the message. So this is a function. So the function has a parameter message, which we need to import from Illuminate mail message. So don't forget to add this import. So message here. And here we need to add the subject. So message subject will be reset your password. So that is the subject, and we need to send it to some user. So message, we need to send it to this email that we got. So we can put it directly here, but it won't work because this is an anonymous function, and to use this email here, we have to use it like this. We have to use the email. So if we use an anonymous function and we want to pass a variable inside here, we have to use the use keyword. So this has finished, and now what is left is I will return message check your email, and that's it. This is the function about the forgot password. So I created the function. I will add it to the routes api.php. We already have some routes here for the authentication, but we need to add the route for the password controller. So route, this will be a post request to reset, and this needs to call a password controller class, and the method will be forgot. So this is how it works. We'll post to reset, and this is a class, and forgot is the function. And that's it. With this we can test our endpoint. To test our endpoint, we have to first start the Laravel server. So php artisan serve here. This will run on port 8000, and we need to install also another software called Postman. So I will open Postman here, and this is a software that sends HTTP requests. So now the endpoint that we need to send the request is HTTP localhost port 8000/API/forgot, and this will be a post request. So this is the endpoint that we need to send, and we need to send only one email. So the body here, we'll select row and not JavaScript, JSON. We'll send an email here, but we don't know what email we will put here. So before we send this request, we need to test the registration. So register here. Let's register a user, and I will create a user with the name A. We need an email a@a.com, and the password is A. So let's create this user, send it, and we created one user in our database. So this is the response, and I will test also another endpoint. Can we log in with this user? So log in here, and let's post. Here we need to post the email, which is a@a.com, and the password, which is A. If we send this request, we should be able to log in. So I successfully logged in. So we register with this user with this password, and we can log in. In the end of this tutorial, we will change the password, so we won't be able to log in with this password anymore. So now the email that we want to change is a@a.com, and let's send this request. Send this request. We have an error, not found. Why is that? Why is that the case? So forgot. Did I make a... I named it here reset. So my bad. This is an embarrassing error. So the endpoint here should be forgot, not reset. So let's send the request again, and we got a successful message. So check your email. So with this, we will go to the browser and check Mailhog. So we'll get a new email here which says reset your password. If we go there, we'll have click here to reset your password. So this is a link, so we can navigate to that link. If we click plain text, we will see that the link is like that: localhost port 3000 /reset/ this token. So everything is correct till now. We sent an email, and now let's reset our password by creating the reset function. So we'll create here public function reset. We'll send the request here. Here we'll send a token, a password, and a password confirm. So first we'll make a validation if request input password is different than request input password confirm. Then we will return a response here like this: error, passwords do not match. And we need to send the status, which is 400. So we can this is a bad request. So the user needs to put the password and the password confirm to be the same in order to reset the password. Once they are correct, then we will get the value from the password resets table. So password resets is equal to db table password resets. We will find the value where the token is equal to request input token. So depending on this token, we'll get all the values from password resets. Since the token is unique, we'll get the first value. And that's it. So we got the value, and this password resets holds the token and also holds the email. So with the email now we can find the user. So the user is equal to user from app models, where email is equal to this password resets email. And of course we'll get the first user here. If the user is not found, so if the user is not found, so like this, then we will return a response here: user not found, and the status here is 404. So in case we don't find the user, we throw an error. If we find the user, then we simply update the password. So user password is equal to, we won't set directly the password like request input password, because we need to hash the password. So the password is equal to hash make request input password. Once we set the password, then we save. So user save, and we will return message success here. And that's it. So with this we completed our reset function, and we are ready to add it to our APIs. So this will be reset, and the function will be reset. And that's it. Now let's try to change our password. So we successfully logged in here with this user. So let me log in again. And we successfully logged in. Now I will copy this URL, paste it here, and this will be reset. This will be a post request, and I will send a JSON here, and we need a token. So for the token, I will open Mailhog, and we have a link here. So the last part is a token, which is this one, and I will copy it. I'll put it here. We got the token. We need a new password. So password is 1234, and the password confirm. I'll put the wrong password 123 to check if the validation work. So if I send this request, passwords do not match. I have to send 1234 here. Let's send this request, and the message is success. With this message success, it means that we changed the password for the user, so we can go to our login, and let's try to send this request again. Invalid credentials. So we are not able to log in now because the new password is 1234, and we successfully logged in. So this is how the forgot and reset functionality work. So now you need to build the front end to complete this app. So we finished with the Laravel backend. Now we will build the Django backend, and this is a repository that we will clone. Is based on this other video of mine, Django API authentication using JWT tokens. I'll provide a link in the top right corner right now, so if you haven't watched it, you can watch it. Now let's jump straight to the code. So I'll copy the URL here, and I will run git clone the app. Now I will open it with my IDE. Now I open the project, and now the first thing that we will do here is connect with the database. So I'll get a MySQL connection here. I'll put my user and my password, and I'll test the connection. So I need to put the time zone. Let me put it UTC. And now it should work fine. So I added the connection. Now I'll create a new schema. So I'll call it YouTube Django forgot. So I created this database now, which is empty, and I will go to auth settings, and here I will change the name here to not Django auth, but Django forgot. All the other credentials are correct. Now let's migrate. So run python manage.py migrate, and we migrated. So we connected with MySQL now, and now we want to create another model here. So let's go to the models, and since we are going to create a table for forgot and reset password, I'll call that table password reset, and this will extend from models model. This table will have an email which is equal to models. I will copy this value, and it will have a token which is the same, but it should be unique. So I'll copy this value also. So this is our password resets model, and we will run python 3 manage.py make migrations, and we have a new migration, and we can migrate again, and we created this new table. So we created the table. Now let's use it by adding the views. Let's scroll in the end, and now we need to add two endpoints. The first one, I'll call it forgot password API view, and this will extend from API view. and this will be a post request. I'll pass for the moment, and I will add it to the URLs. So here we need to import forgot password API view, and the path will be forgot, and this will be forgot password API view. Now let's go to the class and let's complete this function here. So the request that we will send here, it will have only an email. So let's get the email as a value here, which is equal to request data email. Then we need the token. So the token will generate a random string, and the way to generate a random string is I will put here empty string, I will join, I will import, let's go on top. So here we imported JWT datetime, I will import also random and string. And to generate a random string, we'll join random choice string ASCII uppercase plus string digits for underscore in range, and we will put a number here. So this is the function. I'll put a range of 12. So that should be it. I made a mistake here. This should not be there. So that should be the token. So this is a function that generates a random token. So with this we can create our password reset. So let's import the model on top. So from do we have the user model? From models import user, also password reset. Let's scroll down, and now password reset objects will create an object with the email, this email, and the token to be this token. So we created password resets, and now we can return the response that is successful, but after we create this object, we need to send an email. To send an email, we need to install another software called Mailhog. So go to mailhog/mailhog in GitHub, and you will have this repository. You have also the instruction to install Mailhog on macOS, Ubuntu, and also on Windows. So I already installed it, and to run Mailhog, simply run Mailhog. And this will give us this link here where we can open it on our browser. So this is the interface now. When we send a request, we'll get an email here. So that's it. To configure also the mailer to send emails here, we have to go to our auth settings.py, and we have to add two constants here. The constants are email host and email port. So the values, we can open here Mailhog, and we can see that we have, where is it? A binding address, this binding address. So these are the actual values that we want to put. So this is a mail host 0.0.0.0, and the mail port is 1025. We put this here also, and that's it. We configured the email, and now we can go to our views and here send an email. To send an email, we can use the function send mail. We need to import it from Django core mail send mail. So this is the import, this import here. Now the values for this send email are this: subject will be reset your password. We need a message. I'll put click. I'll put a link here to reset your password. The link will have an href here to HTTP localhost port. The port here is up to you. So if you want to use React, it should be 3000. If you want to use Vue, it should be 8080. If you want to use Angular, it's 4200. So depending on your front end, you put the port. I'll put 3000 here, /reset/ the token that we generated. So we will add here plus the token. So this will be the message. We need also from email, which is output admin@example.com, doesn't matter, and the recipient list. So this one, it will be an array, and inside I'll put the email. And that's it. This is our function that it will send us an email. Now let's test this. Let's run python manage.py run server. And to test this, we have to open Postman. So I already have the endpoints already made here. So we'll send a post request to API/forgot, and we'll send only an email. So this email will have a password. So where is the login here? This is a login, and the password is 1234. User not found, actually. So we have to register first the user. So first we need to register the user. We'll register user with the name A, email a@a.com, and password A. So let's create it, and we created a user. Next, we will log in. So if we send the email and the password like this, we will log in. So we have an error. So this is not something that we made in this video. I will remove this UTF-8 here. Let's send it again, and we successfully logged in. So we logged in with this email and this password. Now let's change the password by sending a post request to API/forgot. Let's send this, and it was successful. I forgot to put a message here. So the message will be, please check your email, like this. But since we got this message, it means that it was successful. If we open the browser, in the mail hook, we'll see that we actually got an email. If we click here, we'll see the message, click the link to reset your password. So it works fine. So now that we got the link, we got the token. Now we need to change our email by creating another method, which is reset. So class reset password API view. We'll extend from API view, and I'll pass it here, and I will add it to the URLs also. So this is reset password API view and reset password API view here. So we added the URL. Now let's go to the function, and now let's reset our password. For the reset password part, we'll go to this link and we'll send the token along with a password and a password confirm. So what I will do here is I'll get the data, which is equal to request data, and if data password is different than data password confirm, then we'll raise an exception. So raise exceptions, we need to import it. This will be an API exception. Passwords do not match. So we need to import this. So import from REST framework exceptions. So REST framework exceptions here. I imported this exception. So we made the check for the password. It should be the same as the password confirm. If they are the same, then we'll get our password reset model, which is equal to password reset objects filter. The token, we will filter by the token because we will send it in this post request, and the token will be data token, and we'll get the first result. So we get this value now, and this will hold the email for the user. So let's get also the user is equal to user.objects.filter with the email is equal to password reset email. So we got the object, this has the email, and we want the first user. We will make a check if the user is not set. If it's not set, we'll raise another exception. So raise exceptions not found, user not found, and that's it. If we go here, it means everything is successful, and we'll set the new password. So user set password data password, and we'll save it. So user save. In the end, we will return response message success, and that's it. This is our new function now, and let's test this to change our password. So we got this token here. I will copy the token, and I will go to Postman. We'll send a request to API/reset, and we will send the token, which I will paste it here. This is the token. The new password, I will put 1234, and the password confirm, I will put 123 just to test the validation. So let's send it, and we have passwords do not match. If I put 1234 with the right token, we get success. This success means that we can log in with the new password now. So I will go to the login, and I will try to log in with the old password. Incorrect password, because the password now has changed, and now I'll change the value with the new password, send it, and it was successful. So this is the forgotten reset password with Django. Now, in order to complete the app, you need to build the frontend. So this is the backend. Now we will build the Golang backend. So this is a repository that we will clone, is based on this other video of mine, Golang API authentication using JWT tokens. If you haven't watched that video, I'll provide a link on the top right corner here. If you want to jump straight to the code, I'll copy this link here and I will open the terminal and run git clone this repository. So now I will open it with my IDE. I opened the project now, and the first thing that we will do is connect to the database. So I'll create a MySQL connection here with my user and my password. I need to set the time zone here, not sure why it's always the case, and UTC. So I connected with MySQL, and now I'll create a new schema. So the schema, I will call it YouTube Go Forgot. So this is the database now. It's an empty database, and we need to go to database connection here, and we have to change this to YouTube Go Forgot now. And that's it. So we made the connection, and to migrate we need to simply run main.go. So go run main.go here. So this will run also the migrations, and we will see the users table here. So we see it. Now let's add the forgot and reset password, and the first thing that we need to add here is a new model. So I'll create a new Go file. I'll call it password reset, and here I'll create a new struct. So type password reset struct. This will have an ID as an unsigned integer, an email as a string, and a token as a string. And that's it. So the token in this case, it should be unique. So I will add this line here. I'll remove this JSON because this object, we won't return it as an API. So this is just to create the table. So I saved it, and if we run main.go now, we will see another table. So not sure why it's not creating the tables. I forgot to add one other thing, which is to add here models password reset. So this was my mistake. So let's run it again, and this will create the table. So this table was created. Now let's add the endpoints. So to for the forgotten reset password. So I'll create a new controller. I'll call it the password controller, and the first function that we'll add here is a function called forgot. This will have a context, a fiber context, and it will return an error. So what do we need now? So we need to get the response. So we'll get a response, a variable here, which is a map string, and we'll parse the value. So I can copy it directly here. So I will write the exact same thing here, and I'll paste it here. So this will scan the request, and we will get the value that we want in this data variable. And the value that we want there is the email. So we got the email, and so I can do it like this actually. Email is equal to data email. So we get, so this should be double quotes. We get the email, and we need to create also a token. So the token should be a random character string. So in order to create this random token, I will paste a function here. So random string runes, we'll put a number here, and these are all available characters that we have to generate, and in the end it will generate a random string with this length. So we need to create a token which is equal to random string runes, and I will put here 12. So a random 12 character string. So this is a way to generate a random string. I created the random token, and now what is left is to create the password reset object. So password reset is equal to, like this, to models. So we need to import it like this. Models password reset with the email is this email, and the token is this token. So we created the object, and now we need to also import the database here. We need to simply call database db create, and I'll pass the password reset. And that's it. We created this object with the email that we sent in the request and the random token that we generated. In the end, we will return a response, but first we need to send an email. So we'll store this into the database, and we'll send an email to the user to click to this link in order to reset the password. So in order to send an email, we cannot send it locally, but we can send it if we install Mailhog. So go to GitHub Mailhog, and this is a software that we need to install now in order to send fake emails. So these are the commands to install it in macOS and Ubuntu, and I'm sure also on Windows. And make sure to install this software. Once you install it, simply run Mailhog. And now Mailhog has started. We have a URL here which I will copy. I will open the browser with this URL, and this is the interface that we have now. So here we'll get emails. So we'll send an email now from Golang, and we'll get it here. So let's do it now. To send an email, we have to use the SMTP library. So first let's get the variables that we want. We want a from variable, which is equal to admin@example.com. Doesn't matter. So we got the from address. We need the to address, and this is a slice of strings. So it will be like this, but we want only to send it to one person, which is this email that we got. So we got our to also with the email that we got, and now I'll create a URL here, which is equal to the URL that we want to go to reset our password. It will be like this: http localhost, and here we have to put the port of our frontend. So depends on the frontend that you pick. If you want to pick React, is 3000. VueJS is 8080, and for Angular is 4200. So depending on your frontend, pick your port here. So I'll put 3000, doesn't matter, /reset/ the token that we generated. So this is the URL that we need to navigate to reset our password. We need also the message itself. So the message is an array of bytes, and the message is click. I'll put an anchor link here. Here to reset your password. And the link, so the anchor link here is href. So like this. And we need to add the URL here. So URL. This is the escape for the double quoted string here, because we use it a lot, and it will confuse the IntelliSense here. So we got everything. Now what is left is to send the email. So SMTP is the library, send email. So don't forget to import also net SMTP. The first value is the address. If we open Mailhog again, we have this HTTP that we copied, so we navigate to the browser, but we have also this binding address, which is this here. So this is the actual address that we want to put here. So I'll put it here. The second value are the authentication credentials, which we don't have any, so I'll put nil, and the other values are from, to, and message. So this is our sent email. We'll send it to this address. From is this from here, to is this slice, and the message is this message. And this will return an error. If error is not nil, then we will return the error, and that's it. In the end, we'll return C JSON fiber map with a message, check your email. And that's it. So we completed our first function. So what is left now is we have to go to the routes. Let's add another route, and this will be a post request to API/forgot, and this is controllers/forgot. Notice that the controllers that have the same namespace, which is package controllers, and this look like they are in the same file, but they are in different files. It doesn't matter if they are on the same file or different files, they will be used the same. So everything is correct till now. What is left is to start Fiber again. So we started again, and now let's test it on Postman. So I already have made some tests here. So the first thing that we will do is register our user. So we'll send a post request to localhost 8000/API/register. This is the user that we will create. The email is a@a.com and the password is a. Let's send this request, and we created this user. Now what is left is to log in with this user. So these are from my previous test here. Don't worry about the result. So if we send these values, send the request, we will get message success, and we will get a cookie. So this means that we logged in successfully. Now we got this user and we want to change this password from A to something else. The first thing that we'll do is we'll send a post request to this endpoint that we created, API/forgot. We'll send the email and let's send the request. We'll get the message, check your email. So this means that everything is working fine, and also we send an email. If we open Mailhog, we will see this email here, which is not sure why the message is like this, but it doesn't matter. We got an email and the message is click here to reset your password. So this means that everything is successful. We got an email and we got a link to reset our password. Now what is left here is to create the reset password function, and we will change the password of the user. So I'll create here a function reset. This will have a fiber context, and what we'll do here is we'll get the same data. So I'll copy this, I'll paste it here, and the request that we'll send here, so I will open Postman, it will be like this. So we will send the token, the new password, and a password confirm. So this is the request, and the first check that we will make here is to check if the password and the password confirm are the same. So if data password is different than data password confirm, so this is password here, so double quotes, then we will return C status 400, and we'll return a JSON here, fiber map message passwords do not match, and that's it. So I made a mistake here. It should be like this. So this was a check for the password and a password confirm. If we go here, it means that they are the same, which means that we will get the variable password reset, which is equal, so we'll get password reset is equal to models password reset, like this. We got the variable, and now we will query the database. So database db where token is equal to question mark. We'll pass here the token. So the token will send it from the request. That's why I use data token here. And we will get the first, we will get the last result. So it is the same, it should be unique, but always get the last result here. And we'll scan that value to the password reset. So this will get the value from the database. And the password reset here has the email. Since we got our email, we can create our password. So I'll copy the code here, since in the register function we already hashed the password, so it will be the same here also. We got the password as a value here, which is hashed, and now we'll simply call database db where so first this will be for the model like this model user. So we'll make a query on the users table where the email is equal to data email. Sorry, not data email. I made a mistake here. We have password reset email. So this is the email. We'll find that user there, and we will update the column password with this value like this. So with this we successfully make another query to update the password, and in the end we'll simply return fiber. So see JSON fiber map, and the message is success. That's it. So let's recap. First we get the values from the request. We make a validation if the password is the same as a password confirm. We get the password reset value from the database, and this holds the email. And the last query here is the user that has this email. We update the password with the new password. And that's it. Let's add it to the routes. Reset. And this is reset. And now it's time to test this. So I'll restart also the fiber app here. We got here on mailhog email with this link. So we can copy this token because we need this token here, and we'll send a post request to API/reset with the new token and the new password that we want to change. So the old password is A, the new password will be 1234. Let's send this request, and it was successful. This means that the password was changed. Let's try to log in again now with this user with the old password. Send, and we get incorrect password. So the new password now is 1234. And we successfully logged in. So this is how we create forgot and reset password in Golang. Now, in order to complete the whole app, you need also to build a frontend. So after this, pick your favorite frontend. Now it's time to build the NestJS backend. So this backend is based on this NestJS API authentication using JWT tokens. If you haven't watched the video, I'll provide a link here on the top right side of the video. If you want to jump straight to the code, let's copy this link here, open the terminal and run git clone this project. Now I'll open it with my IDE. So I opened the project. Now the first thing that we will do here is run npm install. So this will install node modules, and also we need to connect to the database. So I'll add the data source here, MySQL. I'll connect to my local MySQL. My user is root, password is root. Let's test the connection, and it was successful. So I connected with my local database, and here I'll create a new schema. I'll call it YouTube Nest Forgot. So this is a schema that will work. It is an empty schema. And what I will do here is I'll go to app-module.ts, and I will change the database here to YouTube Nest Forgot. And that's it. If we run, if we open the terminal here and run npm run start dev, we will migrate the user table in the database. So we finished with that. Now we need to create a new table, not only the user table, it will be the password reset table. First, I will generate a new module, so I will run nest generate or g module. I will call it password. So we created a new module, the password module. I will create their nest generate controller password also, and nest generate also service password as well. So all of this will be added inside this folder. I will remove the spec because we don't need them, and let's create another entity. I will keep the same name. I will call it password entity, and let's create the entity. So export class password entity. So what fields will this have? First we will make this an entity, and the name of the table that we will create, I will call it password resets. So we can keep this name, but in the database it will be stored as this name here. I will add now the columns, which is the ID as a number, email as a string, and the token as a string. So for the ID, this will be a primary generated column. The email is just a column, and the token will be also a column, but it should be also unique. So that's it. We added everything that we need here. Now let's add this entity to the password module. So here I will add an import, and here we'll add the type ORM module for feature, an empty array, and inside we'll add our password entity. Like this. So we will get an error because we need to add it also here, password entity, and it was created. So if we open our database and refresh, we'll see also password resets table. So we created the table. Now let's add the methods that we need in the controller. So the first method that we need here is the forgot function. So forgot, this will be an asynchronous function, and this will be also a post request to forgot. So the controller here will be the same as the other ones. So the endpoint is API/forgot. Now what will we send here? We'll send simply one variable. So the body will have one property, email, which is a string. That's it. So we got the email here, and what do we want to do is to generate a random token. So I'll generate a random string now, and I will use this function math random to string 20, and I will get a substring from 2 to 12. So this looks confusing, but this is the function that will generate a random string for the token. And that's it. Now we need to store this to the database. So first we have to go to our password service here and we have to inject our entity. So let's add the constructor here. We'll inject repository, password entity, private read-only password repository, I will call it, is a repository of type password entity. So here we'll add the method create. We'll have the body here, body not as any, and this will return this reset repository, save the body like this. So I'll keep it simple. So with this, let's go back to our password controller. Let's inject our service. So in the constructor here, we'll inject private password service, password service, and we'll call it here this. So we'll await first this password service create, and the values that we'll pass is the email and the token, and that's it. So with this we add this record to the database. Now what is left after we add this record to the database is we need to send an email, but we cannot send an email locally unless we install a software. I will use Mailhog, so go to GitHub Mailhog, and here is the installation instruction for macOS, Ubuntu, and also for Windows. So Mailhog is a tool that will help us send fake emails. If we install a software, you simply run Mailhog, and that's it. So we need to copy this URL here, and we'll open it to our browser now. So we now have access to this interface, and here we will get our emails. So with this, let's send emails now. To send emails with Nest, we need to install another package, which is Nest Modules Mailer, and I will copy this line. So let's install it here. And we need also the types, so save dev this one after this is finished. Let's also install the types, and that's it. So now let's go to the password module, and here we'll add the mailer module for root here, and we need to add some options. The transport is the options that we need, and we need the host here. The host is and the port, so I'll add host and the port. Those values we get them directly from Mailhog. So if we go here, we have the serving address which we open the interface, but we have also a binding address which is this one. So if I copy this value here, and this is the host 0.0.0.0, and 1025 is the port, and that's it. So with this we configured the mailer module. So I will add also defaults here, which is not totally required. From will be admin@example.com, doesn't matter. So when we send emails, this is the from address. So we added now the mailer module. Let's use it to our password controller now. first we have to inject here the mailer service, so I will inject private mailer service, and let's send an email now. First I'll create a URL which is equal to HTTP localhost port. Now the port is up to you, so if you are using React, it will be 3000. If you want to use Vue, is 8080, and if you want to use Angular, is 4200. So this depends on you. I'll put 3000, reset, and the token in the end. So this is the URL that we want the user to navigate to reset their password. And now we will await this mailer service send mail. The values here will be to email, so we will send this email to this email that we send in the request. The subject will be reset your password, and the HTML, so the body, will be click. I'll put an anchor link here to reset your password. So I'll change this to backticks, and the anchor link will have an href to I'll put here URL. So that's it. This is a function that will send us the email. In the end, we'll return a message. Please check your email. So this is our first request. Let's see if we have any errors. We don't. So we are ready to test this. So to test this, let's open Postman, and I already have pre-made all the requests here. The first thing that we need to do is to register our user. Don't forget the response here, because I used it in another example. We will register a user with the name A, email a.tay.com, and the password is A. Let's send this request, and we successfully got a response. So this user was successfully created in our database. Now let's log in with this user. So in the login here, the password is A and the email is a.tay.com. Let's send this request, and we are successfully logged in. So the message is success. So we can log in with this password. Now let's change this password. To change this password, first we have to send the request to API/forgot. So we'll send only the email. So this email that we just registered. Let's send this request, and we get the message, please check your email. So this means that everything was successful. Also, we successfully sent an email. As we can see here, we got an email in Mailhog. Let's click here, and we get a message. Click here to reset your password. If we click plain text, we'll see that we got this link with this token. So we got this token in the end. So the first step has been cleared successfully. Now the user has to navigate to this link to reset the password, and we have to create the second request, which is the reset. So let's create it here. So async reset, and this will be a post request to reset. So what will we send here? So we'll send three values. The first one is the token. as a string. We'll send a password, and we'll send a password confirm. So that's it. These are the three values that we'll send in this request. So let's complete this function now. The first thing is we have to check if the passwords are the same. So if password is different than password confirm, then we'll throw a new bad request exception. Passwords do not match. And that's it. So the password has been, if we go here, it means that the password are the same. And now let's get our entity. So let's get here password reset is equal to await this password service. We need to add a new function there. So I'll add find one, data here as any, and we will return this password repository find one with this data. So we added that, and now in the password service we'll find the first result with this token. So we will get the value there, and this stores the token and the email. This means that we can get our email and we can get our user. So the user is equal to await this. So let's get also the user service here. Private user service, or we call it app service. App service, app service. This app service find one with the email is password reset email, like this. So we have a problem with the casting here. I will call it this is a type of a password entity, or I will just make it any, doesn't matter. So we will get the user here, and if the user is not set, we will throw a new not found exception, user not found. And that's it. Now what is left is to hash the password. So hashed, I will go to our app controller, sorry. We have this function here which is hashed password, so I'll copy this, paste it here, and this is our new hashed password. So we'll await bcrypt hash the password from the request, and that's it. After we get the hashed password, then we will await this app service. We don't have an update, so let's go there. Let's add a sync update, and we need the ID as a number and data as any. And this will return a promise of user. So let's return this user repository, update the ID with the data. That's it. It seems this needs to be any here. So this is the update function. Let's go back, not here, here. So the app service, we will update now the user.id, and the value that we will update is the password, which will be the new hashed password. And that's it. In the end, we'll return message success. So this is the reset function. Let's see if we get an error, and we are getting an error here. So this is a circular dependency problem. The structure of this project is not okay, because for the user model we needed, just like the password folder here, we needed a new password folder, but it doesn't matter. Let's fix this problem. And to fix this problem is we have to use here the app module, because it doesn't make sense to include the app module in other modules. So this is totally wrong, but I will just fix this problem. So we have a circular dependency here, and to fix this problem is we have to use forward ref, and the app module, we need to get it like this. We get circular dependencies once we, in the app module, we import the password module, and in the password module we also import app module. So this is a circular dependency, and forward ref will fix that problem. Now we have another problem here about the app service, which we needed to export it. So we provide it here, we need to export it, since we use it in the password module also. If we do it like this, then everything is successful. And now what is left is to test this on Postman. So we sent an email, and this email has a token. I'll copy this token, and I'll open Postman. I'll send a post request to localhost port 8000/API/reset, and the token is this token here. And I will change also the password. So I will remove one number here so we can see if the validation works fine. And we get the message passwords do not match. So it's working fine. If we put the right password, send it again, we have user not found. So that should not be the case actually. So we have made a mistake. It means, or I copied the wrong token here. So let me copy it again, and let's see. So I copied again, and it looks correct. Let's see what is the problem. If we check the database, we'll see that the token is correct and the email is correct. So we have cleared this part. The problem should be this password resets here. So let's return it. Maybe we have made a mistake here somewhere. Send it. And this actually returns an array. So let's see the find one function. And I use find here, it should be find one. So this was my mistake. So with this, let's go back to the password controller. And now this should work fine. So let's send it again, and it is successful. Now let's go to login, and let's try to log in with the old password. Send it, invalid credentials. So we are not able to log in. If we change the password to 1234, send it again, we get success. So we changed the password. This is how we create forgotten reset password with NestJS. And in order to complete the app, you need also to build one frontend. So after this, select your favorite frontend. Now it's time to create the Node.js backend. So this is a repository, and this is based on this other video of mine, Node.js API authentication using JWT tokens. So if you haven't watched that video, I'll provide a link in the top right corner here on this video. Now, if you want to jump straight to the code, copy this link and run git clone this repository. Now I will open it with my IDE. So this is a project, and the first thing that we will do here is run npm install. And the second thing is we will connect with our database. I will select a data source, MongoDB, and that's it. So we will simply connect with this database. It is successful, and I will change the name. Where is it? Let's go to our routes.js, and not here in our index.js. So this is not auth, but I will change it to node forgot now, just to change the schema, and all of the other changes are necessary. And now let's add a new model. So we will add a new model because in order to make forgot and reset password, we have to create a new table where we store the email of the user and a token. So I'll duplicate this and I will paste it here, and I will call it password reset.js. I will call this password reset schema, and this will have an email which is not unique, and a token which is unique, so unique to true here. And this will be called password reset, and this is password reset schema. So we added this, and now in our routes.js we will add our endpoints. So first thing, let's run npm install npm what is the command to start the server? Run start. And this will probably also add the tables to our database. So let's add here the two new routes. We will make the first route a post request, router, post to /forgot. This will have a request and a response. And what do we want to do here? Here we will send only an email, and we will get an email, an actual email with a link to reset our password. So let's create a variable email from the request, which is equal to request.body.email. So we got this variable. The second variable is the token, and we will create a random string with this token. So I will create it like this: math random toString 20 substring 212. So this will be a random string. So we have the email and the token, and we can create the password reset, which is equal to new password. So let's get it here on top. Just like we get the user schema here, we'll get also the password reset, and this is password reset. Here in the end, this is equal to new password reset, and we will add here the email and the token. So in the end, we will await. So let's make this asynchronous. wait, password reset, save. So we inserted this email and the token in the database, but now we need to send an actual email. To send an email, we need to run a new software, mailhog. So go to github.com mailhog/mailhog, and this is a repository where we will install mailhog using this command on macOS or Ubuntu or even on Windows. So I already installed it, and to run mailhog, simply run mailhog. And we will have these two addresses. The first address, or the second one actually, I will copy this and I will open it on the browser, and we will have this interface here. Here we will await emails. So when we send emails now from NodeJS, we'll get it here. So we can redirect to our link to reset our password. So that's it. Now we need to send an email, but we need also to install another package, npm install node mailer. So now that I installed the new package, let's get it here on top. I will get it here. So node mailer is equal to require node mailer. And we will create a transporter. So transporter is equal to node mailer, create transport, and some configuration here. So we need to add the host and the port. So what are the values here? So when we started mailhog, we had this address and this other address with a different port. So these values here are the actual values that we need to port to put here in order to make this work. So this 0.0.0.0 is the host, and 1025 is the port. And that's it. With this, we are connected to mailhog, and we can send an email here in the end. So let's use the transporter here. So wait, transporter, send mail, mail from, we need the from address. I'll call it admin@example.com. To, we have the email variable here. Subject is reset your password, and we need the HTML, which is click. This will be an anchor link here to reset your password. So we need a URL. I'll create a variable here. URL is equal to http localhost /reset /the token. So this will be the URL, and I need to put the port here. So the port depends on the frontend that you will pick. If you pick React, is 3000. If you pick VueJS, is 8080. If you pick Angular, is 4200. So depending on your frontend, you will put the port here. So I'll put 3000, and I'll use this URL here, href URL. So we will send them a link where they can go to a page where they can reset the password. In the end, the response will send message, check your email. And that's it. Now we need to test this endpoint, and to test it we have to use Postman. So open Postman, and I already have tested these routes. So the first route that we will execute is we need to register a user first. So I will register this user with this name, this email, and this password. So let's post to API/register, send the request, and we created a user here with this email. So this was successful. The second thing, let's see if we can log in with this user and this password. Send, and we get message success. So we successfully logged in with this email and this password. Now we want to change this password. The first thing that we will do is we will post to API/forgot, and we will send only this email, and we will get an email in mailhog. So let's send this request, and it was successful. The message was check your email. So now if we open mailhog, we'll see that we will get an email here. Let's click here, and the HTML is click here to reset your password. If we see plain text, we'll see that we got an actual URL here, and this last one is a token. So this was successful. Now what is left is to create the endpoint to reset our password. So let's do it. Router post reset, and this will be a synchronous request and a response. And what will we send in this request? We'll send this is a reset request. We'll send a token, a password, and a password confirm. So these are the three values that we will send. And the first check that we will do here is we will check if the password are the same. So if request.body.password are not equal to request.body.password confirm, then we'll return response status 400 send message passwords do not match. So this was a validation for the password. Now if we go here, it means that the passwords are the same, so we can get the value from the password reset table schema. So this is equal to await password reset find one, where the token is request.body.token. So we got the password reset there, and from the password reset we need to get the email, which is equal. So this is not an actual object. We have to wait here password reset to JSON like this, and we will get the email. And now we will get the user like this. So wait user find one with the email that we got. If the user is not set, then I will do it like this. If the user is not set, then we'll return a response, so like this. Status is 404, and this is user not found. And if we go here, it means everything is successful, and we need to reset our password. And the way to do it is, let's go here on top. So we have a way to hash our password. I'll paste them here, and this is a hashed password, this is a password, and the user now, that password is equal to hashed password, or we can move it directly like this. So this is a password. In the end we will save it. So we need to make it as a JSON, I guess, or not. So not sure if this will work, but we will check for errors. So response send message success in the end. So this was our reset request, but not sure if it works, but we will see it now. So we'll send a token, a password, and a password confirm. The token, I'll copy it from our email. So this is a token, and I'll paste it here. And that's it. Now the new password is 1234. So let's check if we can log in with the old password, and we can log in. Now let's send the request here. It was successful, which means that we can log in now. Let's try to log in with the old password, and we get invalid credentials. So if we put now the new password 1234, we get success. So this is how we make forgot and reset functionality in Node.js. Now, in order to complete this app, you need to build also the frontend. Now it's time to build the Deno backend. So this is the repository that we will clone, and it is based on this other video of mine, Deno API authentication using JWT tokens. I'll provide that the link for that video in the top right corner here. So now let's jump into the code. I will copy this link and run git clone this repository, and now I will open it with my IDE. Now I opened the project, and the first thing that we have to do here is to connect with our database. I'll select MongoDB, test the connection, and type OK. Now I connected, and what we'll do now is go to source database, and I'll create a new database here. I'll call it Deno forgot. So that's it. So in order now to create the functionality to reset our password, we need a new schema. So go to the schemas, I'll copy this user.ts, and I'll create a password reset.ts like this. So I'll call it like this, and this is password reset schema. This will have the email and a token. So we need to generate a random string token for the email that we want to reset the password, and we will send the token via a link where the user will navigate. So we will see how we will do it. So this is the schema. let's go to our controller.ts, and just like we did with the user schema here, let's get the password reset schema here from password reset, and just like the users here, this is password reset, and the collection is password reset schema here, and the table will be password resets. That's it. We got now the collection, and what is left is to create the endpoints. So we need to create two endpoints. The first one is export constant, I'll call it forgot, and this will be an asynchronous function, and this will have a response. So this will be a type of router context, and we need here, doesn't matter for the moment, we need the request, so we will get the values. So I will copy this, I'll paste it here, so this is forgot, and we will get only the email. We need the request here and the response. So in the request we'll send only an email, and we will get it here. So the email is here. Now we need the token. So token is equal to math random toString 20 substring from 2 to 12. So the token, I said, is a random string, and this function here, it will generate a random string for us. So that's it. We got the email, we got the token, and now we can insert the value. So to insert the value, we have to use it like this. So we will get here await password resets, insert 1, the email here, and the token, and that's it. We inserted this value to the database, but we need also to send an email, an actual email. To send an actual email, we need to install a new software called Mailhog. So Mailhog is a software that can help us send fake emails. So go to GitHub Mailhog, and here you have the instructions to install Mailhog on macOS, Ubuntu, and also on Windows. So I already installed Mailhog, and to run it, simply run Mailhog. And that's it. So we'll have two addresses, this one and this one. I'll copy the one with the HTTP, and I will open it on the browser. So we'll have this interface now. So in this interface, we'll wait for emails to come. So when we send the emails to our Deno app, we'll get them here. So let's send them now. We need also to get in Deno.land a third-party module, SMTP. So let's go to this, and we need to require to import this link, so SMTP. I will import it here on top, and let's send the request now. So we'll get a client is equal to new SMTP client, and we will await client to connect to the host name and a port. So what the values are these? So when we run Mailhog, we had two addresses. we open this on the browser, but we have the other one, which is 0.0.0.0, and the port is 1025. So this is the port and the host that we have to bind here. So I'll copy this, and this is the host name, and the port is 1025. And that's it. So we connected with Mailhog here, and we will simply await client send, and we will send our email. Our email is from, I will name it admin@example.com. We need a to. So a to is this email that we send in the request. We need a subject, reset your password, and we need a content, and the content is click an anchor link here to reset your password. So the anchor link needs a URL, so let's create the URL here, which is equal to http localhost reset and the token that we created. So in the localhost here, we need to put also the port, and this depends on the frontend that you will pick. So if you want to pick React, the port is 3000. If you want to pick VueJS, is 8080. Or if you want to pick Angular, is 4200. So this depends on you. I'll put 3000 here. And we got the URL, and this anchor link will have an href here to the URL that we created. And that's it. With this, we'll send an email, and we will return a response here. Response body is equal to message. So body here. Check your email. And that's it. Now let's add this forgot to the routes here. So we'll post to API/forgot, and the function is forgot. And we need to run this app. So we have Deno here. So Deno start. So not sure why Deno is having problems. I will just forget about Deno in this app and run Deno run app.ts. So not sure why Deno is having all these problems. It seems that we have a lot of problems, so maybe Deno is getting updated a lot. So let's go to bcrypt now. And maybe we need to update the version. So I think it's the correct version actually. Which version it is here? So bcrypt, where is bcrypt? I don't see it. Where is the import? Here. So it's actually the latest one. So I think the version that is the oldest is this DJWT. So actually I will remove the version here, and let's get directly the latest one, and hopefully this will work. So is checking for 1.7, so I will change it to version 2.3, I guess is the latest one. So let's see this. So it's working fine, and now maybe they have changed also the way to generate the token. So let me go there, DJWT. So Deno is evolving really fast, so my code base from some months ago will not work now. So let's see. Wait, create here the algorithm and the user. So this is this one. Wait, create the algorithm and the type. So for me it looks the same. What is the problem here? So let's see. The verify is the problem. Verify JWT and key. So where is verify? So we don't need the algorithm here. And let's run this. So now the problem is the key. So this is we put it directly there, but now the key has to be done like this. So I'll copy this. I will paste it actually here on top. And this key has to be replace this secret here and this secret here. And hopefully now everything will work. This is actually an okay problem because we have to not Docker, Deno. We have to run Deno, we have to add the unstable flag and allow net. So this is the problem. Connection refused, so we have to allow, and now it's running successfully. Finally, I had to change here from localhost to 127.0.0.1. Not sure why, but we made a lot of changes, and now we are ready to test this on Postman. So already pre-made all the requests. So what do we need first is to register a user. So I will register a user with this name, this email, and this password. Ignore this response here because this is from my previous video. And let's create this user. Let's send this request, and we successfully created the user. Now we want to see if we can log in with this user. So this is the request, and this is the email that we registered. This is the password, and we have to send a post request to API/login. Let's send it, and it is successful. This means that we can log in with this password. Now we want to change this password. So to change this password, we have to send a request to API/forgot. And this is the email that we will send. So we'll send this email as a variable, but we'll get an actual email in the response. So let's test our function. And we get check your email. If we get this message, it means that in Mailhog we get an email. So we got an actual email here. If we click here, not sure why this is not highlighting here, but we got an anchor link here, and a token. So we can see the token is here. So this is how we send emails. We got the email. Now the last part is to reset our password, because now the user will redirect to the page to reset the password, and it will send this data. So I already pre-made this. So this request will need a token, a password, and a password confirm. So these three values. So let's create it now. Export reset is equal to async, and this will have a request and the response from router context. And let's get here the token, the password, and the password confirm from this. So we got these three values. Now we have to check if the password and the password confirm do match. So if password is different than the password confirm, then we will throw an error. We will return response status 400, or I will do it like this. So response status is 400, and we will return response that body. I will do it like this. So not sure if it will work that way, so I will do it this way. Message passwords do not match, and we will return here. So this is our validation. Now if we go here, it means that the password and the password confirm are the same. So what is left is we want to get the password reset. So the password reset, so password reset is equal to password reset schema find one with the token. So we will get the first value with this token. Let's wait here. And that's it. We got the password reset, and this password reset will have the email. So with that email, we can find the user, which is equal to user schema find one again here with the email is password reset that email. And we got the user. Now if the user does not exist, if not user here, we'll return the same response. The status is 404 and the message is user not found. And that's it. So here it means that everything is successful and we only need to change the password. So first we need to hash the password. So we have the code here above to hash the password, which is this one. And this is a hashing of the password. And now we will await users update 1, and this will have the value. So we will update via the email is password reset email here, and the value that we want to set is that the password is the hashed password, so is this one. So that's it. Let's see if this works. And in the end, response that body is equal to message success. And let's see, let's add it to the routes. Reset here, and this is reset. Let's also import it. And we are finished. Let's see, I will restart this. And let's so what is the problem now? So I know the reason is because I used the schema here, but we need the password resets. So how did I use it here? I use it like this actually. So this is my mistakes. Here we need password resets, and here we need users. and this should be also users, and now it should work. So these are the actual values, and now it is working. So we can reset our password now. So let's copy the token from the email here, paste it to the token here, and now we will want to change the password from A to 1234. Let's log in again to see if we can log in. So we can successfully log in. Now let's send this request and change the password. We got success here also, which means the password has changed. Now let's try to log in with the old password again. Incorrect password. So the password has changed. If I try now 1234, I get success. So now the password has changed. So this is how we change a password using Deno. And now to complete the app, you need also to build the frontend. So after this, select your favorite frontend. Now let's build the React frontend. If you go to this section, it means that you completed at least one backend. So this is a repository, and this code is based on this video, React JWT authentication. So if you want to watch it, you can watch it. If you already did, or you want to jump straight to the code, copy the link there and run git clone this. And now let's open it with our IDE. So I opened the project. The first thing that we will do is run npm install. So now we installed everything, and we can jump straight to the code. So we have pages here, which is login, register, and home. So we need to create another one. So I will create a page called forgot. So this will be a tsx file, so forgot.tsx. Here I will create a React component, so I have a shortcut for it, forgot. So this will look similar to the register form here. So I will copy this return here, and I will paste it in the return. So we have more fields here, but we need only the email. So for the forgot form, we need just to set the email. So we need also the variable email and set email. I'll paste it here. And we need also a submit function. So I'll copy also the submit function. And now let's make the necessary changes. So we want redirect here, and we will send only the email. And the endpoint is API/forgot. And this should be it. So please set your email here. And this form should work now. Let's add it also to our routes. So let's go to our, where is it? app.tsx. And here we'll create a new route, forgot, and the component will be the forgot component. So don't forget also to import it here on top. So with this, now we can run npm start. So it is started, and we can open it here on the browser. So this is the site that we built. Let's go to the register. I forgot to add the link to go to the forgot page. So let's go to the register.tsx, and here we will add a div here with a class name of margin bottom 3, and inside it will be a link. let's import a link from React Router DOM. So you need to add this import, and this will link to the forgot page. Forgot, and the message is forgot password. So with this, it will look like this, and if we click forgot password, we will go here. Not sure why the CSS is not working, so I'll change this to 2. So now it should work, but I will just restart this. Not sure why it's not adapting it, but it doesn't matter. So actually I made a mistake, so I should add class name margin bottom to the forgot component, so I was confused there. So here I will add margin bottom 3. Now it's working fine. So we have to put our email address, and we will get an email here. So first let's start also mailhog. So mailhog, and here is running the backend for me. So make sure to have completed at least one backend. Run mailhog, open the link, this link, open it here. We'll wait emails, and one user that I registered is this user, a88.com. Submit, and we will get email here. So reset your password. So let's click here to reset your password, but we don't have the reset page, so let's create that also. So new TypeScript file, reset, and this will be a component as well. And let's copy also the form here. So I'll copy it again from register, not forgot, reset. I'll paste it here, and we need to put here a password and a password confirm. So I'll also copy this, paste it here. We will have 2 inputs. One is password, and the other one is password confirm. So let's copy also this variable, set password, and we need another one, which is password confirm, and set password confirm. And when we change this one, we'll set password confirm. Now we need also the submit function, so I will copy it from register again. I'll paste it here, and now the endpoint is API/reset. Here we need to set the password, also the password confirm, but the password confirm needs to be like this, password confirm as a password confirm. So this is a password confirm, and we need the token, since when we get here the link, we'll get the reset and the token. So the token, we will get it from the route. So first let's add here the route, which is reset, and the token, and the component is reset. Don't forget also to import it. So this is the component. Now how do we get this token here? Let's go to reset, and we need to use props. So that is the way. And since we are using TypeScript, I will cast it as any. So we need to cast it somehow. So now we got our token, and our token, I will add it here actually directly. Our token is equal to props match params token. So this is the way that we get. So this value token here is the same value as this token here. With this, we will send all that is necessary, and we need to redirect back to login. So we'll set redirect to true here, and we need to copy this, also this function. I'll paste it here. We need also the variable, which is redirect. I'll copy it here and I'll paste it here on top. And that's it. This should cover also the reset password. So reset your password here. And let's see. So let's go to the link. So click here, and this is the reset password form. So here we'll put a new password for the user. So I'll put 1234, 1234, submit, and if we go to the sign in form, it means that it worked. So if I log in with 1234, I'm logging successfully. So this is reset and forgot password functionality. I hope you liked this tutorial. Now it's time to create the Vue frontend. So this is the repository. Make sure first to have built at least one backend before continuing watching this section. So this is based on this other video of mine, VueJS JWT authentication. If you haven't watched it, make sure you do. If you want to jump straight to the code, then copy this link here, open the terminal and run git clone the repository. Now let's open it with our IDE. Now I've opened the project, and the first thing that we need to do is run npm install so we can install Node modules. So this is a project. We can go to the views, and here we have the home view, login view, and register view. So we want to create a forgotten reset functionality, so we need to create another view. I'll create a new view component called forgot.view, or just forgot here. And we need a template. So for the template, I'll copy the code from the register.view here, and I will paste it here. Let's make some changes. So here we need only the email. So we need to send the email. This is please set your email. We need this variable. So let's add the setup here. And let's copy the code from the setup in the register part, and I will paste it here. So first let's import reactive here. Import reactive from Vue, and also we need to import router. So there is no help, so import use router from Vue router. Actually we don't need the router, so my bad there. We need only reactive with the email here. So this is the only field that we need. After we submit, we won't do anything. We will just send an email, and the submit will post to API/forgot. And that's it for this component. Let's add it to the router here, and we need here the forgot component, and I'll duplicate this and I'll add the forgot component here. So that's it. Make sure to change also the name here, and with this let's go to the page now. So the first thing that we need to do is to run npm run serve, and this will run our Vue page on localhost 8080. So I'll copy the URL, open it here, and this is a page. Now let's go to the forgot page. We will go there from the register page because we will add the link now here. So let's add a link. Let's go to the register, and I will add here a div with a class margin bottom 2, and this will be a router link to the forgot page, and this will be forgot password, and it will look like this. So if we click this link, we will go to the forgot page. So this is the forgot page. Let's add the margin bottom here also. So margin bottom 2, and it will look like this. Now we need to set our email. So the first thing that we have to do before we send this email is we need to start Mailhog. So Mailhog here, and you need to run at least one backend. So I have one backend here running. If you have Mailhog and your backend running, then you can send now the email. So the user that I registered is this user, a88.com. We can submit. So before we submit, I forgot to open the interface here. So I'll copy this, open it here, and let's send an email now. Submit, and we got an email. So if we click this link, we will see that we have a link to go. So this is the reset page. So let's create the reset page. So I will create it here also. Another view component, reset. And the template, I will copy it again from register. So I'll copy this here, paste it here. And now we need a password and a password confirm. So I'll remove this. We have the password here. We need to duplicate this, and we need to add also a password confirm. And this is password confirm. Let's add the setup here. And the data is reactive. We'll add here a password, which we will initialize it as empty, and the password confirm, which is also empty. So now it's complaining right now because we need to remove this configuration from the ESLint rc.js. If we remove them, then we won't have this problem. So let's return also the data here, and this will work fine. This is please reset your password. And we need also the token. So the link here has also a random string, which is the token. So I will add in the reactive here also the token. I will initialize it as empty, or we can get directly the value. So I will get directly the value. So const route here is equal to use a route. So we need to import the route from view router, and to get the URL there, let's add it first to our router here. I'll duplicate this and also this. This is reset, and we need also a token here. And I'll change this to reset. So in order to get this token, let's go to the reset component. We have to get the route, and we need to set the token to route params token. Token is the name here, so the name that we put here. And that's it. We got all the values that we want. Now what is left is to submit. So I will copy the code here. I will paste it here. And I will return the submit function, submit here. So this will be a request to API/reset, and we will send all these values, so we don't need to change anything else. After we successfully submit, we need to redirect to our login, so I will add here const router is equal to use router. We need also to import it. After we finish, we'll await router push to login. So that's it. Now let's go to this link, but it won't work because we need to change the port. So it is 3000, but I'll put 8080 here. So password confirm is not in camel case, so I made the changes in ESLint here, but we need to restart the Vue server in order for it to work. Now it should work, so let's restart it again. And now this is our reset page. Here we can change the password. So I will put 1234 password. Password confirm is 1234. Submit, and we redirected to sign in. So we successfully changed the password. If we log in with the same user now with the password 1234, we can successfully log in. So this was the forgot and reset password in Vue. I hope you liked this tutorial. Now it's time to build the Angular frontend. Make sure first to have completed at least one backend before coming here. And also this repository is based on this video, Angular JWT authentication. So I'll provide here a link in the top right corner of this video. And now if you want to jump straight to the code, copy this link here, open the terminal and run git clone this repository. Now I will open it with my IDE. So this is a project now. The first thing that we will do here is run npm install. So let's install the node modules. I'll go to the source app, and we have here the pages which are home, login and register. So let's create another component now. So this is not finished yet, so I'll run ng generate component. I will call it forgot. So this will add the files here. So we have the forgot component, and what do we want to add here? So in the HTML part, I will copy the code from the register component.html, and I will paste it here. And here we need only the email. So I'll remove this and this, and we need the email. The H1 here is please set your email. Now we need a form group and a submit function. So I will copy them again from the register. So I'll copy all of this. I'll go to the forgot component and I'll paste it here. So we have the form group now. We have the form builder, HTTP client, router. We don't need it in this page. And in the form builder, we need only the email. So that's it for the form. And when we submit, we will submit to API/forgot. And that's it. Once we finish, for the moment, we can show a message, but I will just console log success. Doesn't matter. So we added this component. Let's add it also to our app routing module. So here we need to duplicate this and the path to forgot. We need to add the component forgot component. And that should be it. So with this we can run here ngserve, and this will run our app on port 4200. So let's wait till this is completed. So it is completed. I will copy this, or I will go directly here. So we have this page now. So I'm currently logged in, so I will log out. And now let's go to the forgot page. We will go to the forgot page by this register component. We will add a link here. So let's add the link. Let's go to the register component.html. I will add here a div with a class of margin bottom 3. And this will be anchor link to forgot password. And here we'll add the router link to the forgot component. So this will look like this, and if we click here, we will go to the forgot component. Let's add the margin bottom here also. So I'll add here margin bottom 3, and it will look like this. Now let's send an email. First we need to run mailhog, and this will give us access to this interface here. So now here we are waiting for emails. So first make sure to run mailhog. The second one is make sure to run at least one backend, and if you do that, then we can send this email. So the email is a8a.com here. Let's submit, and we will get an email here, reset your password, and we will get click here to reset your password. So now we need to create the reset page. So let's do it now. I'll create here another component, ng generate component reset. I created the reset component, is this one. I will remove the spec file. First I will add it to the routes. So the path is reset slash we need a token here. Since this has a token here, we need to pass it here, and the component is a reset component. So I made a mistake, reset component. That's it for the app routing. Now let's go to the reset component HTML. I will copy the code here again from the register. I will copy this, paste it here, and now we need here only the password, and we will duplicate it because we need to get the password and the password confirm. And this is a password confirm here. Please reset your password. So this is the form. Now we need to add the TS files. So I will copy again everything here from the register component.ts, and I will paste it here. And here we need a token. So we don't need a token actually, we need the password and the password confirm. So this is a form. The form here works fine now, and what is left is to submit here. So we'll send a request to API/reset, but we won't send only this data because we need to send also the token which we added, which is from the URL. So let's go here. I will get the form data as this form get row value here, and the actual data that we will send will be like this. So we will add everything from the form data, but we need also the token. So the token, we will get it from the route. So we need to add another import here. So private route activated route. And now the token will be this route snapshot params token. And that's it. We added everything that we have from the form plus the token. We will send it here. And once this is completed, we will redirect to login. So this is correct. And with this, we completed also the reset page. So let's go to this link, but it won't work since we have a different port here. I'll change the port to 4200. And this is our reset password page. So here we can put our new password. I'll put 1234, submit, and I redirected to sign in. So this means that this is working fine. If I log in with our user now, 88.com 1234, I can successfully log in. So this was forgot and reset password with Angular. I hope you liked this tutorial. Now it's time to build the Svelte frontend. So make sure to have built at least one backend before continuing to this section. So this repository is based on my previous video, Svelte JWT authentication. If you haven't watched it, make sure you do. I'll provide a link here in the top right corner here. And if you want to go straight to the code, copy this link and run git clone this repository. Now I'll open it with my IDE. I opened the project now, and the first thing that we need to do is run npm install. So this will install the node modules. Now let's go to the source folder, and we will have our routes here. So we have index, login, and register. We have to create another one, and I will call it, actually I will copy register.svelte, and I will call it forgot. So this is the new component. Let's make some changes now. So the forgot component will need only an email here. So I added the email. This is please set your email. I will remove the name and the password here, and we'll send only an email to this endpoint API/forgot. After we finish, we won't redirect anywhere, so I will remove this also. So this is the forgot component. It looks really simple. So with this, let's test it in our browser. So let's run npm run dev here, and this will start Svelte on port 3000. So this is our Svelte app. Let's go to the forgot component, but we need to add a link here in the register page for the forgot password. Actually, not in the register page, in the login page. So I will go to the login, and I will add here a div with a class margin bottom 3, and this will have a link to forgot password, and this needs an href to forgot. So that's it. This will have forgot password here, and we will go to the forgot page. I will add the margin bottom here also, so margin bottom 3. And that's it. Now we can submit. Before we submit, we have to start Mailhog, and we have to start at least one backend. So make sure you have built your backend, have started Mailhog, open the interface here, which is this URL. I'll open it here. And now we are waiting for emails. So let's set our email, which is 88.com, submit, and we'll see an email here. So this is reset our password, and this is the URL that we need to navigate. So we have to create the reset component before we click this link. So the reset component is reset/token. So we have to create now the reset component, but it will be different than these components since this token changes a lot. So the way to do it is I'll create a new directory here called reset, and inside the directory we need to create a new Svelte component, and I will name it like this: token.svelte. So with square brackets wrapped. With this way we can get the token as a variable. So let me show you. First we have to add our scripts tag. So I will copy the code here from the register again. I will paste it here, and now the form will have only a password, and I will duplicate it, and the password confirm. So this is password confirm. So the values are the password and the password confirm here, which this is also empty, and this is password confirm. Here we'll say please reset your password. And that's it for the form. Here when we send the request, we'll send the password, the password confirm, and the token. So the URL is API/reset. Now let's get the token. How do we get the token? We will add another script tag on the top here. So script, and this will have a context of module. Here we can export a function called preload, and this will have a page variable here. So inside the page we will have our token, so we will return it like this. The token is equal to page.params.token, and that's it. So this token now is page params token. We will return it here. And how do we get this variable? Is really simple. We'll just export token here like this, and that's it. So this variable will be set here when we preload the page, and that's it. We can send it directly like this now. And this component has been completed. So after we finish, we will redirect to login. Now let's go to this link. So I'll click here, and this is our please reset your password. So I'll put a new password here, 12341234. If we submit and we redirect to login, it means that it is working fine. Submit, and we redirected to login. This means that we can log in now with 88.com. Password is 1234, and we are successfully logged in. So this was forgot and reset password with Svelte. I hope you liked this tutorial, and if you do, please also share and subscribe. Thank you.